Peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Yasser. And today I have a friend from me, a blast from the past, a bro I met maybe a decade ago, a brother from New Jersey, brother Humad Hashmi, who I.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Oh, yes. We also have a person in the below who's just visiting us. He's actually very passionate about this too. You want to show your face? Yes or no? Not yes or no. No. Okay. He's just rested up. We're not going to show him. There we go. Anyhow, so we were actually just discussing something. We met at a YM camp years ago. There used to be national camps back in the day, and I used to call Humad Pakman, and I used to beatbox, and he used to rap. And although I'm from Chicago, and that I was going to introduce, hey, to everyone from my audience, go check out this brother Hashmi. He has an Instagram as well too. In fact, Noor was actually
Humad Flyboy, HUMAD FLYBOY, Flyboy.
All right, I'll put a link of that in the description, inshallah, God willing. Now today the topic that I just saw him get very, very fiery about, in fact that we have an audience for, is racism in our community. So I'm gonna let brother Hashmi. He actually does a few reminders and things. I'm gonna let him get on fire. And the reason I even brought this up is I saw that he was posting a bunch of videos from the protests he went to. And I know that he's very vocal about this, and we've been friends for a while, so alhamdulillah. The stage is all yours. You want to talk about racism?
Well, all right. Yasser, my thing is, right, in the Desi community, we have, especially in the Desi community, we have a lot of Desi uncles and aunties. They open stores in African American neighborhoods, but they're not too fond of African Americans themselves. If you tell them, why don't you hire African American guy, their stereotypes is like, well, Jordan, meaning they're thieves, Nashaya, meaning they're drug dealers, lazy, stuff like that. They're Kale is a derogatory term in Urdu. My thing is, if you follow Islam to the core, you're not supposed to be racist towards nobody, because the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, one of his greatest sahabas, one of the most influential sahabas, Hazrat Bilal, was an African slave that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, rescued from slavery. You know, this is the funny part. We can go to black people's houses, but our parents won't let black kids come into our houses because they have this negative stereotype of black people. And I blame the media for desensitizing us, because if you think about it, every hood movie you see, every movie that you've seen, a hood movie, Friday, Boys in the Hood, NWA, they portray black people as these type of thugs and gangbangers. Trust me, I know plenty of African Americans that are not gangbangers, that are not drug dealers, that are not thugs. They work very hard. And if you tell your parents you want to come home with a black girl, they're like, oh, Kali, black girl. No, that's wrong, man. That's very wrong.
Yeah. SubhanAllah, man. And I know that, like, I've been watching some of your, like, years ago, brother Hashmi. So funny thing is, actually about a decade or so ago, we filmed some stuff for YM back in the day.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh man, we did, like, what is that? Peace talk. We did some rap. We did some interesting, fun stuff. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope to rekindle with him, and I talked about this in a few things, and inshallah, if there's anything more when we're gonna get to on a regular basis, me and brother Hashmi were here. We're gonna hopefully kick it. If you have any questions, he's gonna share this as well too. Join the thing. I want to share, inshallah, things with you guys that inshallah, God willing, we're going to kind of come up with a brand, Time for Success. We're going to make some videos. We're going to have some talks, some discussions. So join the talk show. And we have some plans in the future together, in the works, inshallah. Hey, we have an audience there. Do you want to say anything? Yes, no? We have a good friend of mine from Detroit. I featured him before, but he's just got work early in the morning, so he's not coming on. Do you want to say anything, Hassan? No, he's still nodding no. Okay, cool. Alhamdulillah. All praise and gratitude belongs to Allah. Go check out brother Hashmi, inshallah. And hey, if he's sharing this and you're seeing it on his profile, my name is Yasser. Spread the love, hit the like, join the journey. So me and him, we're doing the best that we can.
Check out my boy, check out Yasser's, peace talks. I'll be watching everything, man. You're doing a good thing in the community, man. It's like we need Desis. not the only reason why I'm saying Desis is because we can relate to them. Desis need to start being more vocal about the Black Lives Matter movement because
I agree.
I'm gonna tell you why. If imagine if George Floyd was named Muhammad Sadiq or Muhammad Khan or Naveed Khan or something like that, the whole Pakistani community, the Desi community will be in an outrage. There'll be protests. They'll fight for justice. But since he was a black guy, nobody really gives a crap.
So let me jump in and say, not all Indians and Desis and Pakistanis and Bangladeshis and Sri Lankans were not all racists,
Yeah,
but
yeah, we're not all racist.
I would say
I don't want to.
we have adopted the mindset of our occupiers. I mean,
Exactly, of our ancestors. Exactly.
of our ancestors. I mean, we literally get this complex that the British have left for us. I mean,
Yeah.
it's sad that we Indians and things. Oh, you want to say something? Yeah. No.
Welcome, guys. Yes, actually,
Oh,
I
yeah.
do want to jump in. I just had to put a shirt on, you know.
Assalamu alaikum, brother. What's your name?
Walaikum assalam, Hassan.
You from Pakistan, brother?
That is right.
He's from
Me too.
Detroit.
What city you from Pakistan?
Islamabad, but Karachi.
I'm from a small city after Faisalabad called Jung Sadar. It's a very
Jung
small
Southern,
city.
I'm a little bit familiar. I know Faisalabad, but that's it. You grew up in New York?
Faisalabad, I grew up in New Jersey. The thing is why I'm a little bit more different than the average Desi cat. I'm gonna tell you why I'm a little bit more different. I went to Lincoln High School. High School. It was a predominantly African American high school. A lot of Desi kids were actually feared to go to the high school. I wasn't because I grew up in a predominantly African American and Latino community. So those kids didn't bother me. They didn't call me no racial slurs. They didn't call me terrorist. They didn't call me that. They said I'm just like them. Even after 9/11, when the whole 9/11 situation happened, my black friends called me. They're like, now you know what's it like being black in America after this whole situation went down. And I have a lot of African American friends that support me. I took them to the Palestinian protest, the Kashmir protest in New York. So they're very well aware of the situation that's going on in Kashmir and Palestine and Syria and Yemen. Hassan, my thing is too, you know this is true. We're not all racist, but like what Yasser was saying, we took the mentality of our ancestors and it got ingrained in us. We are trained that white people are good and black people are bad. You know that, brother. We're quickly to marry a white girl, but our parents won't let us marry a black girl.
That's for sure. That is absolutely the case. I just want to say I agree with Yasser. I agree with your perspective as well. And in fact, I'm not even going to say our parents are racist. Some of them are, absolutely.
Yeah,
just like some of them do that. In fact,
my parents, let me tell you something. My parents, they came here. My family's been in New Jersey for over 40 years. So they adopted the American culture in a way, but they never forgot where they came from. Even me. I grew up here, but I never forgot that I was Muslim. So Islam was always embedded in me. Like, yeah, I'm not going to say what I did on camera, but there was a lot of teenage juvenile stuff that I used to do, and I realized it was wrong. But if you ask anybody in New Jersey, has Hamad ever said a racial slur? 99% are gonna say no because I'm not racist. I'm not. And
I have to say something really.
Can I take the opposite? Can I take the opposite perspective actually from you, Hamad, brother?
Have at it, bro.
Go ahead, brother.
So I am a huge racist, an equal opportunity hater, if you will. I grew up watching Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, but I understand very, very acutely the plight of not just the black man in this country, but the Native American. Okay?
Mashallah, yes.
I have read more books about what has happened to them in this century than most people have read in their lives total books.
Yes, Malik Shabazz, Malcolm X, baby. That's how you got to do it, man.
That's right. Now, what I want to say is very, very acutely. There is not just racism that people think is quiet. There is active oppression of not just the black people, but every single minority in this country happening right now. And if any other minority thinks otherwise, You know, because we're Asian, we're the model minority. We made it. You are wrong.
They're dreaming right now.
I was going to say something.
If you voted Republican for any reason, you supported that in the last election, especially.
You're absolutely right, bro. I agree with everything that you're saying.
I don't care if you told me it was religious reason. I don't care if you told me it was Second Amendment reason. I don't care if you told me it was taxation reason. I don't care if you told me that it was simply because you didn't like Hillary reason. You supported the power structure.
Racist. Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
not a racist. You didn't support a racist. You supported all of the racists.
Exactly. Now, Hassan, let me ask you a question, right? What do you think about the whole situation of there's an organization, right? I don't know how true this is, but I heard, like, my friends been sending me text messages. Yasser, you too. There's an organization called Muslims for Trump. Now, do you think any Muslim who supports Trump has some racial ideology in him?
I support a total and utter shutdown. Oh, yeah, no, see, they are. We all know.
Let me tell you. The Muslims for Trump, I promise you, most of them are extremely high-income earners.
Yes,
and they're doing it just for
their own self-interest.
They are sellouts. They're selling out.
They're like Uncle Tom.
That's it.
Yep. They're for their self-interest.
Hold on a second. Some of them got scammed. I'm going to tell you, a lot of them rationalized it. They got lied to, and they got scammed.
So I remember, I'm a '90s kid, and but George W.
Man, me and Yasser both '90s kids, baby. That's how we do.
That's how we roll, bro.
That's how we roll, man.
I remember in the Clinton era, I remember it's not convention when George W. Bush was running. There was a big movement of Muslims for Bush. Voted red, and the reason for it is they aligned themselves with the Republican Party out of family values, out of against certain.
I agree with you, man.
And it was a scam.
Mm-hmm. Now I was gonna say I have people who talk my circles. Oh, don't talk politics. No, we're in America, bro. We got constitutional rights.
Yeah, this is a freedom. This is a freedom of speech.
Don't be scared of that, bro. It's not even anywhere.
I'm gonna disagree with that.
Okay, let's disagree.
I'm going to disagree. The freedom of, as you see in the streets right now, freedom of speech only exists for the people in power.
Yeah. Hey, Hassan, I wanted to feature your brother. Yeah, I think he lost connection. Hopefully he's going to come back. We'll give it a few minutes. But hey, look at this photo I found from back in the day.
Yes.
Anyhow, I just thought maybe I'd feature that for you. But
why not? Why not?
You think that I don't know. So every place on planet Earth has freedom of speech, but not every place has freedom.
That is not true. No. Yeah, that's it. You're okay. Fine. You got the picture. Listen, when it comes down to it, we saw what happened several weeks ago when there were anti-lockdown protests. Very militant, very, traffic, disrupting hospital entry and exits, basically just trying to be in the way and generally anti-societal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we see what's happening now with very much unarmed protesters. So you cannot tell me that there is freedom of speech right now. Journalists are getting attacked.
Oh, definitely. We are living through some turbulent times. There's no doubt.
The news is straight up misrepresenting what is going on in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot tell me that we have freedom of speech right now.
And you know what? It's so amazing about this, how it's spread to everywhere around the world. I have cousins in Australia and, in UK and South Africa, everywhere. And this thing, everyone literally, even if they're not meeting in person, doing the Black Lives Matter, the slogan, BLM, like it's everywhere. It's universal. Like the racism is everywhere. It's prevalent through humankind. And you know what? I actually think the solution for it is literally, I don't think any other faith does it. The Muslim community in America is probably the most diverse community of any faith. We have people.
Actually, no, I'm going to say something even more important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the biggest group of Muslims is in this country? Converts?
African American Muslims, right? 20% of
specifically, it is ex-convict that are converting to Islam in droves.
Yes.
Do you know what the number 2 group is?
Educate me, Dr. Sab.
Hispanics.
Oh, yes. Porque Islam.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then comes the obvious, the white man, which they're coming too. But what I'm trying to say is the plight of them, of the black man and the Hispanic, is our plight. And we have abandoned them.
My Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, man. Technical difficulties.
It's all good. It's all good. We, you know, happy wife equals happy life.
Yeah. So
is that what happened?
No. It was like I went inside the house because it was a little bit getting dark outside, and I was trying to connect my Wi-Fi, but it's all good. We back. So did I miss anything?
You missed nothing really.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is my take on a lot of Desi community. Us as brown people, we need to start speaking up for the injustices that's going on towards the African Americans, because we don't know what's like being black in America. We really don't. We never got harassed by the cops like they do. We actually have an advantage over them. You know, we have an advantage.
I'm gonna. Okay, so in this case, you did miss something, and I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit there.
Yeah, that's okay.
So you're saying we as in South Asian Muslims?
Yes.
I'm gonna disagree with that we. I don't consider that enough.
Okay.
Because I was just telling Yasser that the biggest population of converts in this country is ex-convict blacks.
No, actually, you're wrong. You're wrong now, because I did a research myself. The newest converts, ex-convicts, is Latinos now.
That's right. And I was saying previously number 2 Latinos, but regardless, 1 or 2, the point is their plight is our Ummah's plight.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
So they are we. We need to support each other.
You right. But how come we don't?
And that's it. And that's the problem. Because we have made an artificial and blatantly racist, segregationist, classist differentiation because we wanted to be like we wanted to be house slaves.
Yeah, just like Malcolm X said, there's a difference between the house N-word and the field N-word. Mm-hmm. The house N-word, that's right. He ate pretty good. He lived pretty good. He's like, Master, is we sick? We sick. Mm-hmm. You know? That's but right. The field N-word was like, let's run away. See, you know who Candace Owen is?
Yes. She is a house one.
She is. Oh my God! That's what we're talking about being red. There's like Muslims like that too. There's Muslims who are like.
But the only reason why I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't use the N-word, because I have a lot of African American friends that I don't use the N-word around.
And you shouldn't.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
What do you think about Desi, right? When they're around their black homies, they're like, hey, what's up, my N-word? What's up, my N-word? Do you think that's wrong?
Yes. It is an illiterate point of view.
What if they accept it though?
I don't know, man.
So here's the thing. I will say that it is not absolutely wrong. There are places when it's right. I appreciate it, especially in stand-up comedy, because it is an important part of social commentary. Of course. If you are to pretend to be moving forward, to be educated, you have to understand where that came from. Do you know where cracker came from?
Yeah, actually, I forgot, man. I really don't.
Sure, let's educate everybody. Cracker is from the ones who held the whip.
Oh yeah,
they would say the whip crackers are coming.
Because used to make a crack sound. It used to make like.
That's right.
Physics, man. That's actually not the whip. That's actually air that's being snapped. It's crazy how that moves.
You know where the word. Go ahead, Hassan.
Point is, these things have history and importance, and they shouldn't be forgotten and put under the rug.
I mean, you have to learn from history. I can, like.
Can you put the mic up? I can't hear you.
Oh, my bad.
Myself?
Me? Oh, maybe me. Oh, anyhow, but yeah, we have to learn from history. If we don't, then we're not really making progress as humankind. And those who don't learn from history are bound to repeat it.
Hello?
Did you guys hear me? Anyway, Hassan, you all good?
Yeah, I hear you. It's coming low though.
Oh, I think we're
Yeah, it's coming low, bro.
Oh well. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna sit this out. We're getting echoes and stuff. But I hope we had a good one. Inshallah, we're gonna have Brother Hashmi come on some more. And you know,
Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.
All right, assalamu alaikum, guys.
All right, that was